everything the Rebbe lived for, making this world a home for God, making this world a better space for everybody, inspiring people to connect to their best selves. I see what I've noticed, and please let me know if you agree in the comments or not, but what I've noticed is that the Rebbe gave a lot of autonomy, agency. The Rebbe wanted people to take ownership. And while the Rebbe had given a lot of general guidance in what our mission is, what our job is, how to illuminate this world, the Rebbe did speak a great deal about personal agency. I think you see this on every level. You see this with young yeshiva students, where the Rebbe wanted them to come up with Chiddushei Torah, not just study Torah, but come up with their own novel thoughts, write them down, and even publish them. And these are like young students, young rabbinical students that he wants them to develop their own agency in Torah. You see this with shluchim. The Rebbe, from what I understand, rarely told shluchim specifically what to do. There was general guidance, and how are you going to do it? You go figure it out, type of thing. And I think with the amount of teachings the Rebbe had left us, suggests so much opportunity to develop ourselves and take agency in learning. I want to share with you a story shared by Rabbi Nissen Mangel in his interaction with the Rebbe, guidance that the Rebbe had shared with him, which I found to be very inspiring and really point to this idea of taking agency in our own Judaism. Take a listen to this story.
Once I come into the Rebbe tells me, learn Torah 5 times. Every week, the whole Seder for the Torah 5 times.
5 times. That's
and not like say Tilim. Yes, you have to understand every word.
That's a big work.
Yes. And it's not in the Sefer in the Yeshiva.
Not in Seder.
Not in the Sefer in the Yeshiva. Huh. I remember I came up, Parshat Chanan, and went to the Rebbe Chassidus. The Rebbe asked me, "Tell me, wie geht es?" So the Rebbe, sehr schwer. I had to many times be up to 3-4 o'clock in the morning and make for myself from the Torah a whole pirush on Tanya. Took out the pirushim. But anyways, so they were shmeichelt. They had to learn through 5 times whole Likutei Torah. Afterwards, let me tell you, Chidushim was Avos Mechadesh, Anya Cotton, in Lubavitch.
Okay.
Next year, the Rebbe tells me I should go and Chazer Chassidus every Shabbos between Mincha and Ma'ariv. Go to Chazer Chassidus.
In Montreal.
In Montreal. Then there was no Likutei Sichos around. But anyways, so then the Rebbe tells me I should go. And next year, the Rebbe asks me, tell me, do you have a Seder to learn Likutei Torah every Shabbos? I learned all kinds of Chassidus, Samach Vov, not Likutei Torah. So the Rebbe, no, I don't have a Seder to learn Likutei Torah. A Seder. I've learned. However, since you told me last year I should go to Chazer Chassidus in Shul, I don't know what the material. So what I learned schnell a Maimer in Likutei Torah. I take out a kash every Maimer starts with a gute kashe, right. Then a gute teretz, and mit I take a teuchen a mishmash. Rebbe Tzion, believe me, my heart was beating. Why? Because Rabbi Gringlas, Peretz Mochkin, said, you have to say Divra Rav. Don't say your own words, not Pirushim. You say a Maimer, Divra Rav. Here I make my own Maimer. So, but Rebbe Shmeichel, they're very good.
The Rebbe wanted Rav Nissen Mangel to learn Chassidus, but he didn't want him just to learn or even just to understand. He wanted him to internalize. So much so that he was okay with him filtering it in his own language, not the Rebbe's language. That's a big risk. Putting something in your own words, not the original, is very risky. As risky as it is, it can be just as meaningful. And it seems that this is what the Rebbe wanted. And you see this throughout many of the Rebbe's teachings. I've seen letters of the Rebbe where he had shared thanking people for sharing ideas in Chassidus. And he says, not in a way that, like Reb Hillel just said, that at least their soul understands, but in a way where they truly understand it and connect to it, rather than just repeating word for word, but actually understanding the concepts. The Rebbe's final address at the Kinos HaShluchim, where the Rebbe said that we are not just servants of God, an Eved Hashem, but we're shluchim of God. We're shluchim of Hashem, ambassadors of God. And there's a fundamental difference between a servant and a shliach, an ambassador. A servant, an Eved, does what he has to do, almost robotically. A shliach is invested with his heart, invested with his soul. And because of that, he has an opinion. And because he has an opinion, he has the ability to mess up too, but he has the ability to succeed in such astronomical ways, in such meaningful ways. And in this talk, the Rebbe pointed out that the word shliach and the word Mashiach have the same numerical value with a difference of 10. Mashiach has an extra 10 because there's the 10 faculties of the soul, the 10 personalities of the soul, the 10 emotional and intellectual attributes of the soul. And when one invests that in their mission, that's what makes this world sacred. That's what actually brings Mashiach, when we internalize things on our own terms and not adulterating it, not diluting it either. The teachings of the Rebbe, the teachings of Chassidus need to stay true to their source, need to stay true to what they truly are. They can't be psychobabbled. At the same time, they have to become meaningful.